Julio, what's up? What's up? Hey, yo, Foros, what's up? How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good day. I myself am definitely having a good day. I got my water distiller in, so I am waiting for it to produce some distilled water here in a second. I'm very, very excited to get some distilled water going. So we'll see. One second. Lurk meeting, nice. It sure says, oh, what the? Forgot the exclamation? Nice. Yeah, how's it going over there? Been a little chilly lately out here. I got my just working. Nice. I got my water distiller going. Pretty excited about that. We'll see what the water is like. I try and only drink distilled water for a while. I accidentally left the stream going. Oh, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to apologize to me. Turned off the heater in daytime. Turned off heater in daytime. Yokula. Oh, are you apologizing to him? I'll stream tonight though. Nice. Oh. I don't think you gotta apologize for that, really. think I drank a little bit too much coffee this morning. Feel a little over caffeinated. Maybe just a little bit. Thought you were still streaming, but I didn't hear you. You knew. About 30 minutes. I went to see Hyperion's stream last night. I left after 30 minutes. I went to see Hyperion's stream. Nice. I did sleep for like forever today though. Except till man, I took like I can't remember how long I slept, but I know I could have gotten up at 5, but then like, I just went back to sleep till like 5. Like I took like an extra 4 hours to wake up, and I think I needed it because I do love the feeling of being well rested. So I don't know. A little bit. Join off screen. Actually, I need to start on this bug here on the left. Actually, let me go check on my. You gotta get with the times. Being tired is the new cool. No, I slept like twice basically. Like I woke up at 5. I totally could have gotten up and started my day, but I just didn't feel like it. So I just went back to sleep till about I think 9-ish. So I feel like really, really rested. So I just wish I had that every day forever. Like, I don't know why I can't sleep. Like, 8 hours, 9 hours every single night. But yeah, let me go check on my distillery because I got that running. I'm just gonna go see if it's produced distilled water. The cool thing is the inside is stainless steel, and the thing it pours the water into is glass, so there's no plastic involved. So that's good. Let me go check on it, see how much water is produced. I mean, it's definitely happening. It's definitely happening. It's pouring water. Bring you a glass. Nice. Yeah, I bought a water distiller and just checking on if it's going or not and all that good stuff. Because it's oh, actually, let me get. Been kind of. So I've been kind of yeah, trying to do that. Wonder how much. I don't think it's going to cost too much but I'm super excited about it. Just to kind of have that, because you can essentially take any kind of you essentially can take anything or any kind of quality water and turn it into distilled water if you have electricity. Which I might hook up my solar panels back up. I survived another meeting. Brutal. I'm glad you survived. I'm glad you survived it though. But yeah. Glad you survived. So right now I'm pretty sure it's like really hot water in there, but it is slowly going, so it just takes a while. I think it gets like 1.1 gallons in there, but I think the total it produces is like I don't want to speculate. I'm not exactly sure, but I just like the concept of like I know you mentioned getting a distiller. Yeah, I have it in now, and I had to like figure out the instructions and how to plug it in and all that and how to get it all going, but you can take any water in theory, like from anywhere, run it through the distiller, and now you have essentially drinkable water, given that you have electric power, access to electric power, right? Is the water bad there? It's that the thing is it's not that it's like the worst water ever, but why not isolate that as an equation? Because you can drink distilled water, right? As long as you get it, like I heard of Berkey. No, this has like 2 V's in there or something. Berkey. I forget like what the name of the. I'll tell you guys what the name of the company. Like next time I go back there, I'll tell you guys the name of the company. But it's they release every year. They release like the quality of water report or whatever, but the quality of the water is not that good. You know what I mean? You should definitely have a filter on your water, at least. But you know, I have a theory that part of that, like, why not do it, right? Like, it's not like if you could like make sure your water's good, like, why not do it, right? Because you don't know what's on the other end of that. It's going through plastic pipes. It's going through all of this other stuff. So that's the way I look at it. Is like, why not like isolate that as a potential bad, right? I don't think it's going to revolutionize my life, but I have a theory that part of the reason I'm an idiot is that I only drink tap water. Well, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys put fluoride in your water over there? Because that will lower. I guess that does lower your IQ, like scientifically proven. Berkeley water filter. But I guess like my thing with water filter is that I'm gonna forget about it. That's the other issue. I drank tap water, it didn't kill me. It won't kill you, but over the course of your life, you, like if there's like heavy metals in there, like that, and the other, or whatever, like plastic pipe, like all this other stuff, right? Like the miles of whatever's got to run through to get to your house. It's not going to kill you right away, but you don't know over the course of 20 years what it is or isn't going to do. So, I don't know. That's just the way I'm approaching it. Distilled water, or they live on bottled water. Right. Man, there's no water left. There's no money left for a good filter, but I have to admit that I've discovered it's easy to buy a particulate filter and a carbon filter. It makes some ugly but super functional. So please tell the future generations about me in the year 2200. Okay, I'll do that. It's not an issue. I'll let them know. Drinking distilled water. Yeah, why not isolate? Because I wasn't sure. The reason I didn't buy distilled water or consider, because I thought a water distiller was going to be like this industrial size equipment or something, and you had to get like a fire going or something, right? Or like distilled water, like the main lore was that if you drink distilled water, you're not gonna get like the minerals and stuff, right? So I was like, oh man, like I don't know, what if my bones get brittle because I'm drinking like distilled water, right? Like that was the lore about it. So then I found out like it's all nonsense. Like water is completely fine distilled as long as you got a good diet. Like I eat a pretty stuff you need. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it. That's basically been my theory about it. The advantage is you won't get sick from drinking bad. Yes, exactly right. Like you don't have to worry about that at all. And even like filters and stuff, filters go bad. You don't really know if there's something wrong with that filter, and you won't really know, right? Like this way you know for sure, but with a filter you don't know for sure if it's doing anything or not. So if there's some pack of manufactured whatever filters that comes in that's bad, you just been drinking like straight nasty water the whole month. You just won't know. As soon as I have some extra money buying water filters at the top. Well, why not buy a water distiller? Like why not just do the distiller? Like I'm just sort of curious about like why wouldn't you just distill it? I need to take a breather. I've been from back-to-back meetings. Gotcha. I thought we found out distilling doesn't get rid of the lead, but how would it not? Distilling is the only thing that actually gets rid of everything, as far as I know. Now I'm curious. Like I not that I trust ChatGPT because it just pulls from wherever. Not. I now gotta go. I gotta go down. Sorry, you got me going. Does distilling water get rid of lead? Yes, distilling water does remove lead, but it's actually one of the most reliable ways to do it. Here's why it works. Okay, I do trust ChatGPT. Never mind. I do trust what it said. Sorry. Distillation involves boiling water into steam, then cooling it back into liquid. Lead doesn't evaporate with water because it has has a much higher boiling point. So the lead stays in the original container while the condensed steam is clean. In practical terms, distillation removes heavy metals like lead, mercury. Yeah, you should definitely distill your water for sure, 100%. And don't do the plastic jugs because you're just drinking nasty hot. Like when the plastic gets hot, like when you buy those plastic things and you fill them with water, the thing is that like the plastic is gonna get hot and release the plastic into the water. And then you're gonna have low T, and your kids are gonna have misshapen like bodies or something. Also removes any. I made that last part up. I'm not sure about that. That said, a couple of caveats. If the distiller isn't clean, contaminants could re-enter the water. Some volatile chemicals, like certain solvents, can evaporate and come through, but lead is not one of them. If you're dealing with possible contamination, like old pipes, distillation is effective, but so are reverse osmosis systems. Filters specifically labeled. Okay. Anyway, there's your answer. I saw some water distillers. They were costing $500. Probably I bought one for $120. So like you probably like if you're trying to like for the whole household, like if you got a bunch of people drinking water, probably yeah. But like if you're like me living alone, probably $120 will do. Once Foros gets his distiller, the next step is distillery for alcohol. I don't drink enough to do that. Like if once every couple of months, if I go get beer, not that I have been drinking or anything, but if I'm like, oh man, like tonight sounds like a good night to like drink, I don't do it enough to like justify. Although you know what, maybe I should start like making my own alcohol, like just make my own like vodka and right, like some potato based. I don't know what it takes to make like alcohol. I'll look into buying one in the near future. Yeah, I would. I mean, $120, and then like you don't have to worry about the water factor anymore. I know I'm getting annoying because I keep talking about this, but I love talking about this stuff. So right? Because how do you know that the issue isn't going to be, like, even if there's some low level whatever in your water, how do you know that that's not going to build up in your system after 10 years, right? Like, it's great to learn about awesome technologies. I guess it's not. You can make distilled water even like if you have a tea kettle, and you could just there's ways to like set it up where you'll do it with a tea kettle, right? Like, but it won't be as like fancy or whatever. I always I have always learned not to trust reviews at once, especially if they're selling something. One time I saw someone selling metal containers and says it's microwave safe. That's funny. Yeah, you're gonna get some sparks in there. Plus, I think they say like when you mix paint, like if you're really like anal about this kind of stuff, if you mix paints, you should use like distilled water too. Because I guess like there's enough gunk in the water that it's like it affects the paint, which I don't know if that's true or not, but something to look into also. I might be wrong, but sometimes distilled water has a bad taste. Squeeze a little lemon in there. I don't know, vinegar. Just a splash of vinegar or something. It's not just funny; it's dangerous. It's not just funny; it's dangerous. True. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that for sure. Without a doubt, especially chlorine. If you use watercolor wash, it's advisable to use distilled water. Well, now we have that covered, right? Now we got that covered. Distilled water is good for cleaning airbrushes. I'll keep it in my home. Guys, I gotta go blow my nose. I'm getting like I got a booger in there. I gotta blow my nose. Yeah, the water is going. The water is for sure going, but I can't pour it because it's dripping water. Like I guess I'll let it finish. It takes like 3.5 hours to finish, so I don't know. But I got a little bit going. There's a review I watched before that says it's easier or cheaper to buy distilled water bottle than DIYing the process. I got it going right now. Like it's easier and cheaper, but like because of the electric cost and the water cost, I'm pressing F for doubt on that one because like if you ever buy water, if you've ever had to like transport water by hand to the back of your car and then to your house, it's not easy and the cost builds up. And like I have solar panels, so I don't think running the machine is going to cost that much. You know what I mean? It might bump up a few bucks, but I don't think it's gonna like get crazy. My concern is that the top of it is gonna get hot. It's gonna make the house hotter. But I guess in the wintertime it like is gonna be good. He had a DIY setup, not like the one you have. Yours is better. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like it depends on the size of your fan. Like if you're alone in the cabin, my way is like way superior. But if you're doing a whole family, you're gonna have to produce more than like 3 cups a day or whatever whatever you need for soup. Like it's not for me, it's not a big deal at all. But doggy taps, nice. I'm surprised it picked up the doggy taps because I have the microphone to where it shouldn't it shouldn't react to all of the sounds. Like before, there was like a. I might have to look at the settings because it looks like it's doing that thing where before there was like you had to have so much sound before it like activated the mic, and it looks like it's sort of doing that thing. Yeah, I'd have to take a look at that. Like re-look at the settings because it looks like it's. I don't know. It's like picking up all the sound again, which is not. It's not supposed to be doing that. I heard it. Yeah, it's picking up all the sounds again, which it's not supposed to be. So I had it set up to where like it's supposed to go, a certain threshold, and then you can hear stuff. But it like went back to being the way it was before for some reason. The whisk installation sometimes take a while to kick off. Yeah, but like right now, it's like it's picking up all the sound. Although it might be fine because I think it was supposed to prevent you guys from hearing like the air kicking on. It's fine. I just wish it wasn't. I just wish it was like. I don't know. It's hard to get the adjustments to be. Don't worry. Nice. I'll be honest with you, I have not felt like doing anything today. I'll pretend we didn't hear anything when you fart. True. Yeah. I haven't been like I haven't done. We just clip it and move on. Nice. Yeah, I haven't really like felt like doing too much today. Like I haven't just started the stream. Before that, I just kind of sat around and did nothing. To be honest. Can't find the one I really liked with the Bioshock. Like it kind of just vanished. I can't find it anymore. Um, that's unfortunate. Probably should have tabbed it or something. That's unfortunate. Still can't make anything out of the background. Blaming the eyes, or are they in the cave? No, I haven't drawn. I haven't drawn a cave. There's not really any kind of background. I don't know if I'm gonna add a background, but there isn't one right now. Yesterday I started drinking and lost control. Lost control, you mean drink more than you should? I drank a half bottle of gin. I don't think I've ever tried gin. As long as you didn't do anything you'll regret afterwards, you're good. I mean, headaches will go away in a day or so. Yeah. That's why I don't like do a lot of like drinking, because it's like I don't have the time consumption. It's sort of fun sometimes, but um kind of eats up a lot of time to drink. But once in a while, but not a lot. Something bizarre happened. I was talking to a artist friend, and out of nowhere, she started treating me like a priest in a confession. Oh, yeah, you'll get that. Was she drinking? Don't abuse your kidneys. Yeah. If I could just make, if I could just like have like one deal, and that is like just have like rent-free Red Bull, like no kidney damage, just Red Bulls all day every day, but each one is like a new one, right? Like each one you drink is like you've never drank it before, kind of an experience. That would be a good trade-off. But I know that's not how it works. My favorite drink hasn't restocked in months. Now I'm already dating the giant girl. Yeah, that's funny. I miss it, but I don't crave alcohol in general. I mean, I can still find alternatives, but I don't. Um, yeah, I don't even have too much desire to drink, ever, but yeah, I do enjoy like coffee and like I think if I were to like smoke cigarettes, I would be back in. I'd be like hooked right back in. That stuff I really enjoy. Alcohol is like I'm alright with. I get addicted to everything easily. True, true. My dad isn't a regular drunk card, but there were a few instances that someone asked us to pick up my dad because he can't get home. But I think and I'm not judging, but I think if that were happened to me, like where you're just like like there's like some sort of social embarrassing situation, big alcohol related, I think I would need to like definitely be like that would turn me off of it. I'd have to like take a break for sure for a while, you know. I've never had anything like that, so, or like, you know, not like I've never said anything stupid, but I'm just saying I've never had a situation where it's like, can someone pick up this drunk person, or you know, or just found sleeping outside, or I think most of my uncles drink too, but it isn't a habit we picked up. Right. Working in bars made me create a rule: never drink outside the house, not even socially. I never worked in a bar. I can't even imagine the like the bar life experience. That's got to be its own. I've been stupid before. Went home, wasted a few times. Had hangovers that lasted for days. I've never had I've never had days of hangovers. Mine never lasts more than like you know, just one day. I mean, you feel it like for a few days, but not like a headache. Working in bars is cool. People love the guy who serves the drinks, and you must have noticed that I'm good at talking nonsense for hours. Yeah, I think I'm too I have the wrong personality type for bar, like social bar work. I do think you need probably people want like a little bit of a like it's a chit chatty job, chitter chatter job. Someone introduced a code change at work that breaks our pages at random times. Looks like time for a witch hunt. It would have been cool if your database would store like the code changes when they were made and from which terminal. That would be cool. If there was like a way to track that. Speaking of talking nonsense, have you seen that series I sent you? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I know about that. I think I tried to watch it one time back in the day, but it never cut on with me. I didn't understand the comedy, or just it didn't click with me, the comedy. But I'm not a hater. Just wasn't that into it. Usually it's the last touch is the one to blame. Truth. That series is insane. The most insane jokes ever. It's worth watching for the best scenes. I've been watching interviews with Jonathan Blow. He's like a legendary like game dev. He is interesting to listen to, although maybe like a little depressing because he's like so smart. But it's like interesting. That's kind of like what I don't really watch like movies anymore or anything. I just kind of listen to people that I think are like interesting, and he has like really like interesting takes on stuff. But yeah, I'm not like a big consumer of media that's like traditional anymore. I feel like I've seen it all, you know, like. Me too. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to find something like, even like, I don't know why, but I've never been like a comfort watcher. You know, some people have like their comfort show that they have in the background, and I tried doing that with like South Park or like, I don't know, like kind of cartoons. Just have them in the background. And I just kind of when I try to like focus on something, they kind of just irritate me, and I kind of turn it up. But that's my thing. I'm not I'm either doing it or I'm not doing it. And I can't have things in the background. They just distract me. Sometimes music. I think also like a lot of content, it's sort of important to remember that like a lot of the things that are being created aren't for you, which I didn't realize. Like sometimes like music comes out and you hate it and you think to yourself, why did they make this? But it's for the people who haven't been through that yet. Like, to them, it's exciting because they think it's awesome. But you've already been through several cycles of that kind of music, so it's like, man, you know, it just isn't made for you. It's made for people who haven't seen the Rabbit Trick yet. Those who have seen the Rabbit Trick 2-3 times aren't going to be into it. Sorry, the hat trick. Music be distracting sometimes. Bad part is that I watched about 1,000 hours of interviews with artists, and I questioned whether it was useful. No, absolutely not. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Sometimes it's fun. Like, I like listening to like Jonathan Blow. I thought, by the way, I didn't realize that was his last name, so it was like, I don't know what I thought I was reading, but anyway, he just a really smart guy to like, because it's, I don't know, just it really is like, he's like one of those people that I still like. I'm like, it was like it felt like a breath of fresh air to find him. because you can kind of tell he's like a problem. Like when he talks, he's like a problem solver. He prefaces before he like goes into a subject. He prefaces everything and like kind of clarifies, and it's like, oh man, it's nice to hear someone that's not just like confidently declaring things, like you know, and it's like it kind of makes it. I don't know. It's a good breath of fresh air. That is one pet peeve of mine. People nowadays are using TV as a background sound, but they can just use Spotify or radio for that. Well, probably older people, right? Like, I feel like that's more of an older people thing. I got off of television, I feel like pretty early on. Like, I think most people now my age are like, they're past the TV thing, they just use the internet. But I think I was like one of the early adopters of the no TV ideology and just watch whatever I want online. That's interesting too, is like for the, you know, you have like all these people like living in their own like little universe watching, because before in the past you like when you had television, everyone watching television, you kind of could assume that everyone saw the same thing more or less. Now everyone's kind of like in their own rabbit hole, so I think that's kind of like an interesting thing. But yeah, when I was 11 years old, I started listening to classic rock and I can't stop. I know it's garbage, I know the message is subversive and disgusting. I have music like that too, where I'm just like, it's sort of like kind of like that basically. I have things like that too, where I'm like, I know this is bad, but I need it. Yeah, it's like a little drug. I don't know. There's nothing better than driving while listening to AC/DC at full volume. I only like a couple of I'm sure there's like songs I would like. I'm not super familiar. Like I just like the. I'm trying to think of which AC/DC song I like actually. I know there's like one really famous one I like, but I'm not a super expert on like that 80s kind of like classic rock. They have at least 15 wonderful songs. They all They all the same and wonderful. Yeah. Have you heard of like bands that are like famous bands that are accused of like having stolen like music from like smaller artists? And then I forget which band it was. It was really famous. I think it was Stairway to Heaven. Not. I'm not saying this is true. This is allegedly based on like people I've heard. But they showed like a band that they allegedly stole that music from, and they showed like the original. And I just wonder how much of that like how much of that is how often that happens. I bet it happened more often than we realize. They'll take some band that like has like a something really poppy, something really catchy, and then they just kind of thieve it away. Not the band itself necessarily, because they don't always write the songs. Fozzy Roblox says, "Nice art, man. Thank you." All artists do that. Well, there is the difference between inspiration and like stealing. Like my game, but my game with the pest, a lot like StarCraft, right? Like the concept, like it's basically you're the Zerg and you're killing humans, right? Like it's versus bugs versus humans. There's a game called Buggos that's been inspired by that, where you're the bugs versus humans. I'm playing off of that. You're the bad creature versus the human. So, but some of the like what I'm talking about is like it's like beat for beat, except for little changes, right? It's like they stole it, like, and it shows up in the body of work. Like when you see someone's body of work, and then like they have like these two songs that are amazing, and everything else is like this kind of like generic. It's like it shows up on the radar when you look at, you know what I mean? Because like there's bands where they have clear consistency with sometimes things they experiment with stuff, whereas like there's bands where it's like you have these two songs that are just amazing and then the rest of it is like okay. Just the other day I posted on Discord my Mythical Joker was 100% ripped off from the guy in the 70s. The Mythical Joker was 100% ripped off from the guy in the 70s. I don't know what the Mythical Joker is. The guy in the 70s. Yeah, I don't know either one of those references, to be honest. But I believe it. But yeah, I'm definitely like the inspiration of like being the bugs, you know, in StarCraft. And I think it had a deeper inception inside me from the movie Gremlins and Critters. There was this whole slew of movies in the 80s where they had like the little creatures messing up humans. And I'm like, I love that concept. The Joker from The Dark Knight. So where was he stolen from? Didn't that lineage in comic books like go back pretty far? Also, by the way, Matrix, like that was I didn't realize that was a comic book apparently at first. And it would make sense. I'm talking about the way of speaking, the way of looking, mannerisms. Who was the guy in the 70s then? Like, who are we comparing that to? Because I honestly have no idea who the comparison point. The guy in the 70s. Or a guy in the 70s. Is that some show that I don't know about? Runner Bean! Let's do a shout out. What the? Leave a quick little shout out. Shout out! Runner Bean 36. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a nice stream. I sent it to your Discord. Alright, let me check it out really quick, because I'm sort of curious as to, like... I'll have to check it out later. The sound bar is messed up. I'll have to check it out later. It's gonna torture me right now. It's not gonna let me do it, right? Hello, my dude. Just gonna lurk whilst I get ready for bed. All right, man. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Our favorite microbiologist is now on board. Oh, that's right. I can't believe there's scientists here. I can't believe a scientist came in. Thank you, man. I wish you luck with the insulin and the cancer cells and all that good stuff. Thank you for the science. Greg Johnson says, you popped up as a recommended video. Your art is very cool. Greg Johnson, thank you. 1986, nice. Very cool. What a way to make Little Bean feel special. Oh, thank you. No, I mean, it's just, I've never met a scientist before. Like, everyone I know unloads trucks. You know what I mean? That's, like, quite the change from the norm for me. Heath Ledger Joker was inspired by singer, songwriter Tom Waits. Heath Ledger's Joker was inspired by... really? Well, you know, if there's some dude in the 70s that had, like, a vibe and you, like, copy that energy as an actor, I don't know if that's stealing, like, you know... What is Tom waiting for? I mean, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. To me, that's not really the same as, like, me... Like, if you make a song on a computer and I copy and paste it, the voice is 100% identical, and mannerisms too. I'll have to take a look at it. Since we're talking about unoriginal musicians, what traditional artist and musician you think are very original? Oh, me? Julio, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Duffy. Man, that's a hard one. My brain is like blanking. Traditional artists, musicians you think are very original. Man, this one's gonna this is gonna be like the one I think of when I go to bed later, and it's gonna torture me. Can't think it. Do you do enough research and you'll discover that nothing is created, everything is copied? Oh, I'm going with that one. Yeah, no such thing. That's a good answer, dude. I wish I would have thought of that answer. Yeah, everyone copies everyone else to some extent. So I'm gonna go with that one. That would have made me sound super smart had I come up with that. I'm gonna copy his answer. I'm sorry, first thing that comes to mind is Geiger. Oh, that's a good one. King Crimson. Geiger's a really good one. That's a really good answer, because he did kind of have... He, like, when art kind of, like, got to a point where all you can kind of do... Like, everything's kind of been discovered... And then everyone, it was like the game was just rendered better or whatever, or, you know, and then he kind of he took a key and unlocked a new thing, right? Like the whole biomechanical horror kind of genre, he like unlocked a new thing, and I definitely think that that's true. He like, not saying that he unlocked the last door, but it does feel that like that was like a little nook cranny that like he, you know, undid. So yeah, Geiger, that's a really good answer. I wish I would have thought of that. The King guy, King Crimson, I have no idea who that is. You know, the alien's mouth is copied from Moray Eels. Bajork is pretty original. Yeah, sorry for my ignorance. I don't know who these people are. King Crimson are late 60s that basically invented progressive rock. 60s band. Oh my god, that's I think my favorite era of music, of like American music, is, I don't know, have you guys played Mafia 3, where you play as, I forget his name, Lincoln Clay? I thought the game was alright, although I beat it twice, which is like, I didn't even like super like the game, but for some reason I went through all of it twice. But the music in that game, that 1960s to 70s kind of music, there was like some bangers that I still like. American music was like, for me, peaked in that era. You know, Painted Black, all that good stuff. So that's my take on it. That's my favorite era of music, maybe like American music. Bjork is the most popular art pop singer and producer, famous for her swan dress in 2001. So she's not Bjork with the two dots above the O makes it sound like it's not an American. Then I'm guessing doesn't look American. Mr. Furrows, this drawing is coming along beautifully. Thank you, Runner Bean. I added more spiders. I was gonna wrap it up, but then I'm like, no, let it breathe. Let it breathe. Like, just take my time with it and let it just kind of let it go. I'm also thinking about adding a little yellow to kind of make the light a little warmer, but I don't know. Most popular from Iceland, I meant? Yeah, the Bjork does sound Icelandic. They always have like the J's, the extra dots everywhere. Good old days when CIA composed the music, they hired master musicians to create melodies and solos. Nice. True. The texture of their skin is amazing around the joints. Thank you. I try. Sometimes I think I get lucky with that. I kind of try to maintain in my mind, like, where's the joint going, and then I just kind of let it ride. But yeah, thank you. Sometimes I think I get lucky with that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of like, because this picture is a lot smaller than I think. It's like a 9x12, I think. I'm pretty sure. And so sometimes, like, when you draw like really small like that, you're kind of like, I don't know. Sometimes it's a little bit of luck involved in how things turn out. Amazing how artist luck seems to increase with time, with their talent and practice. In line with, oh, I thought you misspelled time. Never mind. I shouldn't have questioned you, Vag Magnet. I shouldn't have questioned. I thought, I'm like, that's got to be time, right? Increase in line with their talent and practice. I think that's what, wasn't George Washington said that, like, the harder you work, the better your luck gets, or something like that. I think that's been like, I think I've heard, like, what's his name say that. Ain't that the truth, Mr. Foros is very... I appreciate it, guys, but I feel like I'm like someone that, like, I enjoy drawing, and I got a few tricks up my sleeve. You know, I'm no great artist, but I just enjoy doing it, and I'm like, well, I've been streaming for a year, and it's like, I might as well just keep doing it, like, you know, but as far as talented, I don't know. Sometimes I look at my art and I love it, but sometimes, like, I hate you, art. You're a great art. Oh, thank you. I think it would be interesting if someone wrote a story from the perspective of an insect, but with no humans or humanization. With no humans or humanization. Would we be able to understand the story though? Because I think like their no taxes, only bug. Yeah, I don't know if we could reach an understanding with the bugs. I'm sort of like, could we understand? Because you know how sometimes you like meet someone from a different culture and they express an idea that like is so foreign to you that like you can't possibly understand how they could come to that conclusion or whatever. But a bug is like fundamentally different. Like to them, right? They're like a colony bug, like an ant, is like so different to our way of thinking that it's incomprehensible to grasp their, like, I get that. Sometimes I look at my pieces and think, the F is this, especially immediately after I browse ArtStation or the Instagram. Yeah. I think also the longer you stare at stuff, like, the more your brain kind of sees the faults in the patterns and stuff, whereas... usually like the time I like my art the most is when I've kind of stepped away from it for a while and I just come back and revisit, and then I look at stuff and I'm like, this wasn't that bad, like, but at the time I hate it. I'm like, you disgust me, art. Lexus the Corgi, well, Memento ship has officially ended. I learned a great deal in 2 months. I definitely will be looking in the future for more mentorships. Oh, you finished it with the one mentor? So was it a 2-month program, or did you just decide like I had enough of this? Like I learned the base of what I need to learn? I'm just sort of curious. That's normal. Artists float between hemispheres in the brain. Eventually you just start looking at your art analytically and you find it all terrible. True. So true. Honestly, it doesn't help that my job requires me to be extremely precise. So I'm always monitoring myself. Yeah. Just be aware that naturally you'll direct your thoughts to areas of your brain that analyze the object differently. Wisdom. True. Alexis the Corgi says 2 months, $600. That's a lot. Was it $300 per month, or was it 600 per month? Or was it 600 total? That's a lot of, dude. That's a lot of money. Like, man. Oh, I got a booger on. Alright, so I got my distilled water here. Well, we're gonna test it out. To be fair, there was a bag. The water runs through a little baggie that gives it like a taste. It's like a mint tea kind of It's got a little bit of a mint tea flavor to it. I don't know why I thought the water would be would be hot. I guess it would make sense that it would cool down because it's dripping very slowly. But this is my first cup of distilled water I just made. Music is beautiful and is sending me to sleep. I will actually go into lurk mode. Alright, Runner Bean, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Nobody's perfect. You can look at the work of the best. They all have flaws. They all fail in harmony. And ultimately, some of the best artists in history did objectively ugly work. It's the public who decides what has value, not the artist. True. Wow. I wasn't expecting there to be a taste, but I think that bag you put in there that the runner runs through, it gives it a little bit of a flavor. Like, it's not good or bad necessarily, but that was my distilled water, so. Now I know at least that when I drink water, it's not total trash, like, right? Like, I always look at that painting, Birth of Venus, created by Sandro Botticelli. It even makes me wonder if women in ancient times were anatomically different. What's ancient times though? That'd be crazy if like actually people were very malleable. I mean, look at what we did to wolves in like, I mean, I don't know how many generations, like a few 100,000 years, right? Like we got wolves and then we made them into pugs and like, you know, like all these different breeds for specific like you know, specific like things we wanted. So I'm sure humans are kind of like the same, right? Like you could in theory, like if you just were very committed to like like you'd have to be very committed, but you'd get like a differently anatomically shaped person for sure. It's too strange so many artists painted women with hunched backs and strange necks. Have you seen women? No, I don't know. I don't know. Were they hunchback back then? Like more like what? Can you send me a photo? I'm just sort of curious as to what you mean when you say that. Like this was back in like what, the Egyptian times, and they, because I thought they had like longer necks or something. I don't know. I just want to see what you mean. 15th, 16th century? Maybe it's because back in the 15th, 16th century they toiled in the field and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's it in Discord. Let me check it out. I'm curious. Oh no, no, that's normal. I don't see. I mean, they definitely have like a style. I don't know. To me, that doesn't look. That doesn't look hunchback. Like, um, I don't know. I don't see that. Like, there's the only one on the top left is the only one that's like kind of like there's a lot of like muscle in that neck, and she's like, but she's like looking down too. So it's kind of like, mm, I don't. That doesn't to me. That doesn't strike me. That's within the realm of that time's like style, I guess. They're all kind of drawn the same with. I feel like now, like, we over-exaggerate how much not back you have. Like, for women, like, it's more, like, if you draw, like, a hot chick in anime, like, she's almost like a teen, she's drawn, like, almost like a teenager, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, this is, like, maybe they were, like, into realism about, like, this is what, like, I don't know. It just, To me, that doesn't strike me as like super unusual. I could be wrong. I mean, they're a little hunchbacky, but nothing crazy. That's insane. I've never seen a woman with that kind of anatomy. I need to go to Brazil and see the anatomy of Brazilian women because, like, I see nothing but that. Like that doesn't even strike me as like that crazy. Like, it's I don't know. Maybe Brazilians are built differently. Like they just built different. I don't know. But nothing I saw there was like that's just like a normal woman. That isn't being drawn like she's a teenager. The woman's anatomy looks normal, and similar to what the trends at the time. Yeah, like to me, that's like maybe we're just used to seeing like, you know what I mean? Like whenever you see like a drawn hot chick, she's drawn like almost teenager like body, except for the exaggerated boobs and stuff. Like it's gonna be basically like not sort of. Brazilian women have a very particular body type. I think it's quite ugly, bro. Bro. I was always told Brazilian women were beautiful, but I don't know. I don't like look it up. But you know, that's like one of those things you hear. But I have no take on that. I'm not gonna sit here and call out a nation and be like, yo, these like this. I'm just gonna, even if I thought that, I would be like, let me keep that inside. The hourglass figure of today's standards are hard to achieve, I believe. Truth, man. Truth. You know, it's like they make foods taste so good, it's not fair. And, you know. Botticelli never stuck to naturalism or correct proportions, really. He liked to experiment with fantasy rather than perfect proportions. The stretched neck particularly was divine anatomy. Going back to lyric. Interesting. That's interesting. The Brazilian women that everyone says are beautiful are all descendants of Germans and Italians. Oh, interesting. Augustus has great point to the Botticelli comment. Yeah. Yeah, I think we all have our... Mm-hmm. Augustus says, for me, the most beautiful women in the world are those who came from Eastern and Northern Europe. There you go. I believe some women in paintings are plump by today's standards because that is their concept of beautiful back then. It isn't bad. It's just natural. You know what? I've heard that. I was gonna say that, but I didn't. I was. I'm glad you said it because like back in the Middle Ages, being plump was kind of like this flex. Like, yeah, we got food at home, bitch. like you know what I mean? So you get back in the fields, you skinny peasant. So maybe having a little bit of girth on your neck was a little bit of like, yeah, I can produce children without dying, peasant. So I don't know. But I didn't want to take the conversation in that direction. Future Oil says, beautiful, what the? You hit the nail on the head. Back then, being thin was synonymous with being poor. The same thing for having a tan. Ah. Oh, because being outside give you a tan, so that was being poor kind of thing. Great point. This is the time when women can die during childbirth. Great, yeah, this is the time when women could die during childbirth. Yeah, it's, yeah. I can't even. Sorry, I just snored like a pig for some reason. I just can't even imagine like taking that risk. You know what I mean? Like, you know, having like producing like 9 kids, and then like each time like I just the concept of like having a human come out of you like that. It's so cruel how we got that we got that roll of the dice as humans is like. The way we produce children is like it'd be so much more chill if you just sat on some eggs. You put a lamp on some eggs, but it's like it just happens inside of you. There's an umbilical cord. It's super nasty, right? With like the placenta. It's almost like watching an alien movie happen. But that's how we make humans, and it's just the worst way. It wasn't as common as they say nowadays. Oh, that like it was like the death rate of like pregnancies and stuff. Slipknot fan, what's up, buddy? Being thin was synonymous with being poor. Augustus, no, that was wait. Did he say that? Wait, who's? I thought that was Coolio for a second. No, that was Augustus. Yeah, that is a very Augustus thing to say. Being thin was synonymous with being poor. Truth. That well, like that is like a very Augustus like comment. It was a leading cause of death for women of child-rearing age during the 15th century, I believe. Tan was seen as something for peasants. Yeah, now you want to be tan. Like if I go like when people see me, they make fun of me for being like too white. Like you want a little bit of like tan now, but I'm too like I enjoy the indoors, so like I've always been made fun of for being too white, but it's like I'm like yeah, but I love computers and they're inside the house, so like we had that too. Some woke peeps told that having fair skin was westernized concept, but in the past, if you are the boss rather than the farmer, you get to stay in the shade longer, so you don't get a tan than usual. Very interesting. Says Foros, neither has a light with the lit set. Yeah, I don't use lights. I put my face closer to the paper and it like exudes light. That's how I see. Like my nearly translucent skin, but I have like bioluminescence, like naturally. Getting tan is synonymous with athletic, with authentic in the Caucasian world. Getting tan is synonymous with authentic in the Caucasian world. Ah. It's a long story. I'd have to spend an hour talking about controversial things. Yeah, let's not. Let's like try to like walk around the super controversial stuff. Like, you know, authentic, sporty, or more defined muscles. Am I saying it right? Authentic. Oh yeah, L. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Athletic. Is that how you spell athletic? Forza Zero Distiller giant thing, 1.1 gallons. It's like a coffee maker times two, but like think tall. Tall. It takes up more space because you got to put like a thing next to it for it to where it gets the water in there. So it kind of like does take up a lot of space. By itself, it's like no more than a tall coffee maker. Is that how you spell athletic? By the way, can someone help me out? I'm an idiot. I thought maybe that was a different word. But yeah, being slightly tan. Athletic. Okay, athletic. Okay. Ah, thank you. Can you show a spic of your distiller or at least a brand model? I'll go take a picture of it on my phone and I'll show you guys the photo. I'll show you guys a photo of it. I took a photo of the. I took a photo of the. It's called the. Sorry. I know you can't see it. Why is it like that? Crazy. That's so crazy. Vevor. What the fuck? Dude, I hate... Like, my phone stops working like this. I've never had an issue with my phone. Now it's, like, having every issue. Okay, so this is what it looks like. On my kitchen counter. Like a coffee maker, but tall, and then you gotta put a thing next to it, obviously, to get the water in there. But yeah, it's spelled Vevor. So, for those who are curious about that. Vevor sounds like Spanish word. I knew you'd bring something up. I knew you would. You'd bring something up. M. Keenzy says your drawing looks dope. Thank you, M. Keenzy. Thank you. Fancy says fuchsia oil. It was about $120, but like what price? What price is clean water? It costs around 130 here. Yeah, about the same, right? Like. 130 bucks. I was thinking of getting a whole house filtering. Yeah, I don't need to because I live alone. I can kind of just get away with it. But yeah, if you got a whole family and stuff, you might be easier to get a filter where the water comes in. Runner Bean says, "Good night, peeps. I'm beat." All right, Runner Bean, thank you so much. Whole house filter, yeah. Later, my dudes. Thank you, Runner Bean, and thank you for the raid. Are they supposed to be bugs? Yeah, they're like bugs. Originally I was thinking spiders, but they didn't even look like spiders, really. I actually haven't started anything today that I was supposed to get done, except for the stream. What does the water taste like? Well, I don't know because I put the bag you're supposed to put in there to make it taste like something, so it kind of tastes like it's got a little bit of a tea-ish, like slight tea-ish flavor. Maybe that's why they put it in there so that you're not discouraged from using it. Maybe distilled water just kind of has a very flat taste to it. I imagine it probably does since it doesn't have a bunch of stuff in there. It's just literally just water, you know what I mean? Everything else has been stripped out of there. Did you put mint leaves in your water? They give you a bag. Like, there's a compartment where you like where the water goes all the way up, and then when it comes down the little thing, they give you a little bag that has some kind of leaves in there or whatever. They might be mint leaves, I'm not sure, but it does taste slightly like kind of like I remember mint tea tasting. It doesn't have any coloration to it, but it definitely get like I think they did it to cover up the flatness of what the water would be like. So I did it because I have it and stuff like that. So I didn't want to not have it, you know. What's the flavor I was talking about? That's the flavor I was talking about. Oh, yeah, you were talking. Yeah, you did say that. Yeah. So it probably does not taste that great by itself, right? Like it's probably torture to drink water that's. I will say, like, when I go on my I only drink water fast, it's pure it's pure torture. Like it really is. Like not having something to drink, like coffee or like just something. It like feels like life is just has less meaning just drinking water after every meal. Like it's really rough. Perhaps buying a bottle with a charcoal filter will solve the problem. A bottle with a charcoal. It's not an issue. It's for me like I can just get over it. Like, but you mean like the charcoal will give it like a flavor? I thought it was a filtering step, some filtrations. I don't think it's a filtration step. I think it's just a flavor kind of a thing. And they also give you like this cleaning agent for like when you're done using it. Like you put some cleaning in there, and it's supposed to. I forget what it is. It's like something acidic or other, and you run it with that in there, and it's supposed to like clean it out. But I think I'm just gonna use like I'm just gonna use like a. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but just some vinegar and some rubbing. Charcoal usually eliminates any flavor, but isn't it, if it's distilled, isn't it in the state of not having flavor? Isn't that the flatness what like people don't like? I thought charcoal was supposed to add flavor in this scenario, like. Not a problem, then it's solved. The trick is to drink water free of metals, plastics, and toxins. Exactly, yeah, that's my only like goal with this, is like that's what I'm trying to achieve. I don't, I would like it to taste good, but in my country we put bowl of charcoal inside of refrigerators to get rid of weird odors. When you say charcoal, do you mean like burnt wood? Like, you mean like actual charcoal, or does it really pull odors in like that? Maybe I need to like have charcoal around. Burnt wood. Okay, so like not like. Okay. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to put like charcoal in my basement, because my basement has that basement smell. Sometimes when my air kicks on, like air conditioning, or like especially when it hasn't been running for a while, like the basement smell is quite intense sometimes. Isolated from the actual. Oh, you don't like sprinkle it on the food? No, I'm just kidding. I think it's mineral coal. Augusta says it's mineral coal. Is that what you think kills the smell, or? Regardless, I need to go get a like. It isn't fancy. No, but it's a solution, right? Like it makes sense or whatever. It's not like it's totally chill. It's the same we use for barbecue. Interesting. Yeah, I need a barbecue here pretty soon. Charcoal also works. It's possible to make filter with sand, gravel, and charcoal. They say it works very well, even with river water. But if you have solar panels and like, you know, they make those generators now that like it's like a battery bank, and it's like a self-sufficient unit. Like you don't have to have you don't have to know anything. It's got the inverter, it's got like the control, it's got the battery bank in there. Solar panels, it's a plug and play solar panel system, and it holds so much power. So if you have that on your camping trip, you bring that bad boy distiller with you. I don't know how much power it consumes, probably like more than I'd want. Because like it does have a spinning fan at the top, and it heats everything up, you know. So there's that. I don't know how long it'd probably run it, like probably be the same as like a fridge or something, right? But yeah. We'll be ready for zombie apocalypse. Well, you know what? I mean, I'm seriously thinking about, like, because I have a battery bank in the basement. We just need a bunker. Yeah, like, I have an inverter. I just don't have my solar panels hooked up. Like, I could do a thing where, let's say I did a thing where I made sure I had a big enough system at all times to always be able to purify water without being connected to the grid, right? Right? And then, like, once you have water, like, established, and you collect water and you are filtering it, how far are you... Always defend yourself, like pew-pews? We got that on lockdown. Yeah, we got the pew-pews. I would love to have a system like that. Some people even add a car engine. It looks great. Oh, for power generation? Have a power, yeah. I like the solar panels too, because if you start running silly, like if you got a diesel or whatever kind of generator, the issue you run into is when you have hungry people trying to survive, they can hear that and they're gonna go towards, you know what I mean, like not even zombies, but just people who are trying to stay alive are going to go towards that sound and try and find you. So solar panels kind of keep you in stealth mode a little bit, which is very appreciated in the apocalypse, you know. If it gets to that point, there is no easy way out. No, you're right. I mean, if it gets to that point, right? Like, it's all theory. Like, it's not like there's no really way to know if you're gonna survive. Like, if you're like living off of solar panels and eating squirrels, but you know, I think it's nice to know that you don't have to like. If you have a water collection system and you can filter it and stuff, like, you know, you have a lot less worry. You know what I mean? Like, most people are like, they're gonna die that day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna die within 12 hours probably. But if you just the fact that you don't have to panic and run out there, you know, and I'm being silly, like this isn't gonna really happen, except maybe it will. But if you're the guy that can just chill for like 36 hours, as everyone, like most of the cities, like busy just slaughtering each other, and then you just loot the bodies later, right? Now you have a huge advantage because of that. Although I don't know if I want to like live in that world, but I'm just saying, like, if you are like, hey, I want to really survive, like, now you got a big chance. At one point we had emergency lighting by using a car battery. I have car batteries, and my only concern with car batteries to use as a system is like they're I think a lot of them are non-sealed lead acid batteries, and that releases certain gas. I have in my basement, I have batteries that are sealed lead acid batteries, and so they don't produce that toxic like kind of stuff that batteries produce. But I'm not an expert, guys. I'm just... But yeah, having a car battery will really help out. And some people, that's how they get, like that woman I've been watching that has like that trailer life kind of YouTube channel. She kind of started that way. 40-watt panel, just have a battery on a trickle charge. You know, like just started out real kind of simple, and then slowly grew into having a very robust system where she has electric power now, full time. It's not even like that much either. That's the thing. Is like, yeah, you can't like run a household with like a computer and all these lights and a camera and blah blah blah. But if you're just like, I need to warm up water, I need to have a reading light, run a little radio, charge my laptop phone, yeah, you could do that for sure, 100%. At what point we had emergency lighting? But yeah, solar panels are cleaner. Well, cleaner and the important thing is quieter, right? Like you don't want people hearing you. It's a lot of work, but the finished tanks are miraculous. The fish tanks are miraculous? Oh, because are you going to survive off of fish or something? Or... Jimmy, I just need my cousin to make a potato farm out of my yard. Then the solar setup. True. You know, I tried growing potatoes one year. It was a lot of work. I know they say it's not, but like, yeah, I ended up growing like not that many potatoes. Even like it was like not even it wasn't even a quarter of a bucket of potatoes. There are systems where you can produce a lot of smoked fish every year, and it's an inexhaustible source of fertilizer. A lot of smoked fish. Don't you gotta feed them though? Pew-pews are, it's illegal here, so I don't have any. Really? Yeah. I had a cool idea for a channel name, says Slipknot fan. Yeah? An office mate told me he drew fishes in metal drums. That's interesting. Yeah, because you guys don't really have to worry about the winter, right? It's a good source of food. I mean, yeah, like, a fish is like a meat, but you don't have to, like, it's not like livestock that you have to go, like, a fish is just stuck in a barrel, right? Like, it's not... Like a goat, you have to get a dog. You have to get a fence. You gotta like argue with your neighbor about the dog fence thing. Like you know, like there's all your sheep could get hit by a car, right? Like all these complexities. Where if you get a fish, bro, you're like done. It's a lot of work, but with a good plan, you can rent an excavator and build mini food production systems. We don't have freezing point winters here, bro. I need to move to Brazil or the Philippines. Like it just sounds better and better every time you guys talk about how it doesn't freeze there. The horror archaeologist, which means someone who does digging for old rare horror movies. Slipknot fan, I know you like that stuff. Maybe you should do a horror film channel, right? Like maybe that should be like your thing. I could see you doing like a channel about that. Don't get me wrong, we have our own share of natural calamities here, like Hell Summers and Typhoon. Yeah. Yeah, there is that. They always get you with something. Because I quite like unknown horror. I know you mention it quite often. You mention it quite often. Yeah, I'm not a big like I don't know. I don't have a thing with movies like finding like little gems out there and watching them. It is amazing though, like how many movies are out there. Yeah, like hidden. Because even for you, I'm sure you come across things, right? Like you're into it and you find new like cult kind of followed movies, and I just yeah, I'm kind of, it's a little bit different for me. I'm not a big observer. I used to like movies a lot more when I was younger. Now it's like I've seen the Rabbit Trick, and I'm waiting for the next Matrix or the next like really big thing. Like I was hoping Severance would be that, like, you know, that show. There's a couple things I think. Oh, but Begonia was a good movie. I like that one. Man, that was a good movie. What was the Neighborhood one? I like psychological horror, like the Vivarium. I think Vivarium. I just love that movie. It, like once you see it, once you like watch all the way, like there's parts that don't make sense, but overall it was a really good movie. Like if you're just you kind of have to ignore some flaws, but like it was I thought like if you can just ignore some stuff, like it was a really solid horror. Like I like that. I like when the scary thing isn't like the monster that's gonna like come out and scare you. It's more like the idea is presented in the way you're just like, oh man, this is really fucked here. Like this is really bad. That's what I like in like scary movies. Is like you just realize this is bad. There's a medieval German agricultural system that's great. You can gather a lot of food, learn how to make preservatives, learn how to smoke meat, learn how to make charcuterie. That's all wonderful. Yeah, I hear good things about German agriculture. I don't know too much about it, but I've heard good things. Here in Brazil, we don't have any natural disasters of any kind. Are you being serious, or... because you're making it more and more tempting to go to Brazil, but... I'm afraid of the heat. The way you described it was like... Another natural calamity, noisy neighbors. Yeah. Yeah. Like, Julio, what would happen if you called the cops, though? Like, if your neighbors were banging their pots and pans all day, playing loud music, and you call the police, like, would anything get resolved, or is it like one of those like just deal with it things, like we all have these neighbors, like this is just part of life? Slipknot fan says, I was drawn to it because it's a girl with a name Alucarda, similar to Alucard with Dracula backwards. Oh. Brazil has 5 regions, each with its own particularities. Most of the country has terrible people. Most of the country has terrible people, but southern Brazil is pure paradise. Nice. True. Well, to be fair, most places are mostly filled with terrible people, with some exclusion zones. I'm being kind of funny, but you know, there's some truth to that. Actually, you can, but obviously they will try to find a way to get back at you, especially if they find out you reported them. Oh, so it becomes like a game of tag, yeah. I will say, like, the noise, the involuntary consumption of noise from neighbors is, or not even neighbors, but just really anything, is like a pet peeve of mine where I just can't do it. I find it so odd when people don't have that internal sensor for they are making their life a part of somebody else's life, and they don't have any kind of internal like system that would say don't do that. It's very like odd to me. The third world has a serious IQ. Augustus, you can't say stuff like that. It's all wonderful. There are parts of Brazil where people can barely speak. No. Is that true? Like they can barely speak, like, like that's crazy. That's one of those really controversial things we were talking about. We can't, you know. That blows everything I have set out of water. That blows everything I've set out of water a little bit, yeah. That's like, you just threw a stick of dynamite. We're just gonna move on. I'm just gonna moving forward. I heard that husband shouting at his wife, then marrying her is one of the worst decisions he did. Oh no. Oh no. I hope he doesn't feel that way to this day. Hope he doesn't feel that. I'm sure he didn't mean that. That is cruel. That is a cruel thing to say, but before we go into how cruel that was, let's stop and think about what she had to have said. No, I'm just kidding, but I'm just saying, like, people don't just let that out, right? Like, I don't know, I'm just trying to see it from both angles, because usually it takes a lot before you... Can we forget everything bad I have said? Taking it back to blank sheet. This family's the same one that is playing religious songs at high volume. Yeah, it's I would not want to hear anybody else's music. Even if it was really good, like, I just don't want to hear it right now, you know? Public spaces are different, you know what I mean? I get it, there's gotta be, like, those musicians that try to make money, and it's like there's some live music going on, but... private? No. That's pure terrorism to do that to other people. That's probably true, and the husband probably deserves it. We got a neighbor that plays the saxophone. Good thing he's a good player. He isn't bothering anyone. I really enjoyed is that, I forget now, EE 1967 to another rare movie. The Soviets had some kind of good gems in their arsenal. Not to like glorify the Soviets, but they did have like there's a certain era like Stalker. I can't think of anything else, but like Stalker and other movies, like they definitely had like a small period of time where like they made a few good flicks. I had a neighbor who was a pianist and was like that too. It was a delight to listen to her play all day long. I would get tired of it. I would get tired all day long. No, that's too much. All day long would be a little too much. Too much was Rock Song by the Cars, unless I just made it up. Especially at Christmas, she plays good songs. Whoever that person is. Oh, you don't know that part, you just kind of hear it? Nice. I wanted to do adulting chores yesterday, but I felt like mush today because of accomplishing so much stuff. You know, Coolio, I had the same thing. I had like super productive days, and then like it like all hit me later. I slept in today. I didn't feel like working. I just kind of sat here and looked at my phone and watched YouTube videos for a while, and then like I ate. To be fair, I had to go drive, pick stuff up. Like, there was a couple things I did do, but it was mostly a wasted day. I felt like I could have done more, but I think I'm just gonna like, after the stream, I'm just gonna sit around and do nothing. I need to like just defragment. I think sometimes your brain just needs like time to like defragment and not really try too hard because I think that's just my opinion though. Like, I'm not a I don't know. I only have so much bandwidth. Tomorrow's a holiday. Yeah, like I only have so much bandwidth in my mind for like pushing myself, and then I kind of hit like this wall where I just don't. I could keep doing it if I had a gun to my head, but like I just kind of don't care. Is tomorrow a holiday? I don't know. May 1st. What's Mother's Day? Is that Mother's Day? I'll go tell my mom. I'm like, thanks for birthing me, mother. I appreciate the gift you have given me of life. But not here, not at work. Is it Mother's Day though? Like I forget what it was. Labor Day, not in the US though. Oh, I will still sadly report at work tomorrow. True, bro. That's brutal. Yeah. Are they giving you OT though for that? For those hours? Or are they giving you overtime for those hours? Oh, nice. Okay, so well, I don't want to get into. But like, usually we got like time. It was really lame. Our overtime would always be like time and a half, which I was like, that sucks, dude. I need 2 times and a half at least, you know. Invest in art. You can make money while having fun. Hmm. It's a joke amongst ourselves whenever bosses are pushing us to beat a deadline without paying us. Unpaid time? Oh. Invest, you mean buying art, making art? I mean, you can. I think I would make more money if I made art people wanted. Like, that's my big downfall. Is like, I need to make like money that people, you know, would enjoy. Like, I feel like I know kind of what to do, but like making more cute things. Boros, you gotta have a book of your art. Oh, hey, I was talking to somebody. They still want to do the book thing. They still want to do the book thing. The coloring book that I was talking about. Even if it's a grown-up coloring book, yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Sorry. I make art that theoretically people would like. I just painted a pink beach, and I'm not doing so well with it either. A pink beach. Using adult sounds like it has a pornographic sound in it. What's for dinner? I don't know yet. I'm probably, I don't know. I really feel like eating a couple ramen noodles or something, but do you ever just want to eat some ramen noodles? Not even because I'm bored, but just like I just want that right now. We have a local art bar here where they mimic famous paintings while serving alcohol. Ramen noodles from a restaurant? That's expensive? No, from a Walmart. What do you mean? I don't know where you bought. Ramen noodle is always like, that's understood to be not expensive. I just see it, but never had a chance to try it out. I didn't say ramen. I'm not going to a restaurant to eat noodles. Like, spaghetti with some cheese right now sounds really good. Some cheese spaghetti, like proper noodles with like butter and cheese and everything. Like, doesn't that sound so good right now? But it's like carbs. It's supposed to be bad. My pigeon trap came in yesterday. Immediately caught 7 yesterday and 9. Really? Wolfgang! Oh man, I didn't see her name. Pigeon trap came in yesterday. Immediately caught 7. Bro, you don't even have to pay for food anymore. You just gotta get like a little grill in your backyard. If you're catching 7 pigeons a day, I think you don't have to. Your grocery bill is gonna go way down. Sardine noodles. Yeah. But I thought you were. I know, Coolio. I know, Coolio. I am skipping on carbs. Saturday, I'm gonna make homemade pasta. It's one of the best things in the world. It's not difficult to make. Oh, homemade pasta? Yeah, I sometimes I'll do it. Like it is like the thing is I'm always bad at cooking. Like I mess it up. I've been scaring them and releasing them. Finally cleaned the front yard, all the pigeon shit. Yeah. Nice. Oh, you're not eating them? 2 cups of flour, 3 whole eggs, 2 egg yolk, half a cup of warm water. I swear it's delicious. Nice. Nice. I wish I was more into like that kind of stuff, like cooking for myself, you know what I mean? I'm not sure how far I want to go with like the shading here. Like, I don't really have anything here, but do I need anything there? That's the other question, right? It's hard work, but when you finally eat, it brings so much happiness. You realize that what you buy in the market is pet food. Nice. True, true. they've probably been eating trash. Oh, the pigeon. Yeah, true, true. Yeah, I wouldn't eat street pigeons. It's better that like Wolfgang, if you capture like a few, you can make babies, and then you know they've been eating good. You know, pigeons are trash pandas. True, raccoons of the air fleet, raccoons of the air. True. Yeah, like rats, basically. No exaggeration. Homemade pasta is 10 times tastier than conventional pasta. Well, we have like Amish pasta. You know what's really crazy though? This is like I don't even know. Like, okay, so I bought Amish pasta. I think it's the real deal. You know why? Because I bought like this like kind of and it kind of looks like it's homemade or whatever, and I left it on the cupboard for way too long in my like what I found it like months later after it's expired, and then like there were like bugs in there, and the package was sealed, meaning that there were like plenty eggs in the food itself. They were alive, like some of them were dead, but they were. I'm just saying, like the homemade pasta was homemade, like wherever they kept the seeds, however they did the processing, it was full of like life. So I don't know if I can buy them again. Like even though like if you were to go outside, plant the food and harvest it and mill it, you'd probably have the same kind of a result. If you stored that, you'd have like things living there. No preservatives. That's the thing. Yeah, like that's probably a sign that like you know what I mean. That's a sign that like they like that is more natural because like eggs are surviving in there and then they're hatching, right? Like probably didn't go through like a heavy industrial process. But it's the thought of having food that has like larvae in there or whatever's going on. Eat that blood. Eat that blood. I just can't do it. I don't know. I can't have food with bugs in it. But 150 years ago, people only ate pigeons and wild pigeons. Chickens were considered bad meat. I did not know that. Balut. Balut. I don't know what that is. I'm still going over my head. Wolfgang, talking softly to them won't increase their protein content? No. Essentially, it's a chick egg that hasn't hatched. Balut is insane. Only someone who grew up eating that stuff can eat it without throwing up. Thank you, Augustus. Thank you. Especially, it's a chick egg that hasn't hatched. I ate it as an adult and it tasted like chicken mixed with egg. It's an aphrodisiac. I eat the no chick variety. I'm not sure what you guys are saying, but I support the sentiment, despite me not knowing what you guys are really talking about right now. I don't think they even cook them. I've seen that on those Daredevil eating shows. It's basically a fully firm small chicken inside an egg, and people eat. Oh no, that's disgusting. I can't. No, 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 no. I'm good off of that. Is catching pigeons part of your school project? You mean I could have gotten money for eating one instead of eating it without a reward? Not cool. There's just like 36 pigeons out there every day. When I throw feed to the birds, kind of want to have more doves, sparrows, and finches. What's wrong with pigeons? They're just as good, bird-wise, right? They deserve their place. I thought you were running research. No, I mean, it's kind of science, seeing what they do. Bro, they're so dumb that like what they do is the dumbest thing you can imagine. Like pigeons are dumb. Research not required. We already know they're flying rocks essentially. Am I gonna? I'm gonna get my face is gonna get in there at some point, right? Oh, there it is. Okay, takes a while. Takes a while to get into. So I'm good. I was just drawing kind of like spider web stuff here. I don't want to leave you guys out of the frame. They are the holy shit. They are the holy shit. But he kind of forgot that I let him out. Basically, the little guy's albino when he got caught a second time was still trying to escape since he got out before. But guys, pigeons are all over the church paintings. Don't they have doves in the church paintings, or are those pigeons? They are the Holy Spirit. Doves, yeah, I think doves are right. Pigeons may be rock doves, but they aren't the timid type like the mourning doves. Lol. Doves like dove soap. Yeah. Does that mean that crows are unholy? Doesn't mean that. I like crows a lot. But they are like a little bit terrifying. They do have like dread. They have like a dread feel to them. You know what I mean? They bring the darkness kind of vibe. They're like gothic birds. I've heard people call pigeons flying rats. Wow, that's what they are. I mean, in essence, right? I love crows. Yeah, I like crows. I was thinking doves and pigeons were about the same in looks. I mean, I mean, as much as they are birds, like yeah, like quack. I saw big crows in Japan. They are scary for their size. Well, they got what's the difference between a raven and a crow, right? Like they kind of are the same bird, except one is like much larger. I think isn't that the main difference? they will eat you. Doves tend to be similar with a more pastel, earthy coloration. Pigeons are usually gray with iridescent colors around the neck. Pigeons here are just as big as my hand. Crows I saw were almost as big as chickens, not counting their wingspan. Doves are usually used on weddings. Right, yeah, doves are more like elegant and... Doves are supposed to be more like elegant and like... You know, they're like a more beautiful pigeon. But anyway, guys, I'm at 3 hours. I'm gonna go for tonight. We'll kind of come back to this picture later. But I enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys. Julio, no. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go back to either working or doing something. But I'm also like, I'll stream in about 4 hours. Alright, buddy. I'll stop by. I'll be forced to get back to work. I hate that. Have a great night and great night to y'all. Alright, Ghostus, thank you guys. Y'all have a great night. Y'all have a great night. Appreciate the company. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, you guys have a good one. How do I...